Running, managing, and building client websites used to be a nightmare trying to manage security, domains, hosting, and website accounts. Not only at the website management level, but also at the client account level when it comes to billing, account access, and managing client experiences. However, there is a platform that consolidates everything involved in building and managing client websites. This is called Wix Studio, and it is an absolute game changer for agencies. And today I'm going to share exactly how to build and manage client websites the right way using Wix Studio as your all-in-one agency platform. Okay, so with that quick note out the way, let's go ahead, jump over to my computer and dive into Wix Studio. Now to get started, if you're completely new to Wix Studio, simply head over to your browser and type in wix.com/studio, or simply click on the link in the description below this video, and that's going to take you here. Then navigate up to Start Creating and create your free Wix Studio account for your agency. Then you can start building websites for your clients. However, before we do that, what exactly is Wix Studio and who is it for? Well, this advanced website builder by Wix is a specific platform built for creative, fast-paced teams like web design, marketing agencies, and enterprises. Essentially, Wix Studio is a more extensive version of the popular standard Wix website builder, offering more control and collaborative website builder power for teams like marketing agencies. This makes Wix Studio a powerful solution for agencies looking for a centralized platform for managing and building client websites. Everything that your team needs to better manage and scale your agency can be found inside Wix Studio. From managing your clients' websites, domains, hosting, marketing, sales, and communication channels to more micro features like using reusable assets, AI tools, dynamic templates, and CMS capabilities. Now, if you're interested in a complete Wix Studio review, I'll link that down below in the description for you to check out. Today, we'll be focusing on a Wix Studio tutorial that will give you clarity on how to use Wix Studio to build and manage your client website accounts. Now, just quickly, I want to say a big thank you to Wix Studio for sponsoring and partnering with us on this video. I've been using Wix myself and teaching people how to use Wix for years. And now I get to share with you Wix Studio, which is a specific website builder for marketing agencies and other types of agencies and enterprises. Alright, with that covered, let's go ahead and get stuck into Wix Studio. Again, go ahead and sign in, and I'll meet you inside my Wix Studio account. Okay, so here we are inside my Wix Studio dashboard. Down here, you'll notice I have 3 client websites. I can also navigate up to all sites and jump between my client accounts. For example, if I click on this client website, that's going to take me to this client's dashboard, where I can then manage this client's account. Everything related to this client's website and account can be found in this interface. If we navigate up to Design Site, we can continue designing and customizing our client's website. Now, I can also jump over to my accounts over here and jump into another website account or create a new website. Let's navigate back over to my Wix Studio dashboard. What we can do is navigate back down to our example client websites, and we can quickly edit the site. And then if we click on Site Actions, we can rename this client's website, preview site, request client feedback, and more options that we'll cover shortly. Now let's quickly touch on Wix Studio pricing before we create a new website for a client. Now, what I love about Wix Studio pricing is that you pay per client, meaning that you can select the right pricing plan per client. For example, maybe you have a client project that simply requires a basic online presence, including basic features and tools. Then you can allocate the basic plan for that client. So depending on your client's needs, you can select the appropriate pricing per client. Also, each client account has access to a 14-day money-back guarantee. You can also upgrade or downgrade client accounts at any time. Also, with this monthly account pricing, you can create your own agency package per client and charge your clients a markup on each of these plans, as you'll be managing your client accounts on a recurring basis. Okay, so now that we understand pricing, let's jump back into our Wix Studio dashboard. Okay, so let's build another client website. Navigate up to Create New Site, and we have a few options here for building our websites. We can choose a studio template, build from a blank canvas, as well as create and use our own templates. Let's click on Studio Template. You can also leverage AI to generate a client website. However, I want to make use of the hundreds of Wix Studio templates that we can leverage. We can also customize these templates the way that we like, and even save them as our own templates for future clients. Okay, let's navigate back up to the top and search for a professionally built template. Now, I have a client that needs an e-commerce website for their brand called Flowfly Sound. This client sells incredibly durable headphones and earphones. Okay, so I'm going to type in the keyword headphones and see what populates. Let's navigate down here here, and I like the look of this template over here. Now I can preview the template or dive straight in and start editing this website template. Give Wix Studio a moment to load that template. And just like that, the website template has been generated. Now, before we start customizing this client's website, let's jump back into the website management interface. Simply navigate up to the top left-hand corner and then click on Dashboard. And that's going to take you to the back end of this client's website. As I mentioned earlier, this is where you can manage every aspect of your client's website, from setting up integrations, building out automations, managing website analytics, as well as setting up marketing campaigns. Your client also has access to this back end. For example, if we navigate down to settings and then locate roles and permissions under general, and then you need to invite the client, and then click on yes, continue, and then add the client's email. This is where you want to add other collaborators too. This could be your web designer, developer, or account manager. Navigate down here, and I'll add this client as the admin, and then click on send invite. Navigate down and select the correct option. This invite is for a client I created a website for, and then click on done. With each of your client websites, you can also transfer site ownership to them. Now let's navigate back over to our Wix Studio dashboard. And within my account, you'll see we now have 4 client accounts. Now, if we have a client with multiple websites, what we can do is create a folder and manage the permission levels at the folder level. Okay, so this is the client website I just created with a template. I'm going to navigate down here and rename this site to Flowfly Sound, and then navigate down to the branded domain name and add the business name again down here. Now this client's website is currently on a free plan. We haven't allocated a pricing plan yet, and all free websites have a branded domain like this. When you're ready to upgrade a client's account, then you can select upgrade now and choose the right plan for that client and then connect their branded domain. Let's click on save. And before we start customizing this website, I want to touch on branding and client experience. Navigate over to client experience and click on client kits. Then start now, and we want to create a client kit for this client's account. Navigate down to continue, and you can create personalized client kits, resource kits. These are helpful resources that your clients can access inside their dashboard to help them navigate through their account and essentially make their own customizations and edits to their website and their account backend. For example, let's navigate over to add resources, and we can upload our own media. These could be video tutorials or specific documents that I want to add to this client kit. We can also navigate down to videos from Wix Studio, and we can add dedicated video tutorials that Wix Studio has created for us. For example, because this client has an e-commerce website, I'm going to add this video here, how to add products, and click on add to kit. Let's add another resource, another video from Wix Studio, and then navigate down and add this video here, growth, create email marketing campaigns. Maybe we've set up this client so that they can send email campaigns from inside their account. I'm going to click here and then click on add to kit. If we navigate over to agency details, and that's going to display your agency details. And we can also click business info to edit our business details. Navigate down, and here we want to select the client that we want to have access to this kit. And you can see down here, Sam, who is the owner of Flowfly Sound, our client, once they've accepted this invite, they'll be able to view the custom client kit that we added. Okay, let's navigate down to save. And just like that, we've set up this client for success when it comes to them managing their own account. As you can see, Wix Studio makes it incredibly easy to set up this resource for your clients. Okay, now let's start customizing our client's website. Navigate up to edit site. Hey guys, just quickly, did you know that over 90% of you that enjoy our free educational content have not yet subscribed? It would mean a lot to me if you drop a comment or hit subscribe if you love what I'm creating. This helps us grow the channel and motivates me to create bigger and more impactful tutorials for you to consume for free. Okay, so with that happy note, thank you in advance, and let's get back to the video. Okay, now let's navigate through how you can customize your clients' websites. Here we are on Flowfly Sound. Now, if I click on any section on this website page, that's going to generate this editing section on the right-hand side. Now, let's make some changes to this template. You can see we have this container here. If I click here, I'm going to change this text to Flowfly. And we can also leverage AI to help us generate text across our website. For example, I'm going to navigate down here, and let's click on Generate Text with AI. Add your business type, add the business name, and choose the text type. This is a paragraph. Then what's the topic of this text? Let's keep about selected, and then add keywords or important information that you want the AI to mention. I've added 100% waterproof headphones made in New Zealand and built for adventure. Let's navigate down and click on Create Text. And let's take a quick look at some of these different options that the AI has generated. I'm going to use this text and click on Copy Text as well, as I want to use some of this later. And let's close out of this. Now you can see there's overlay happening over here. So what I'm actually going to do is click on this section, and drag it down, and then navigate back up, click here, and then make it larger, and then delete some of this text. I'm going to remove this text here, and again, we can play around with the sizing. I'm happy with that. Now with this entire container, I can drag and place that somewhere else. Again with this email capture form, and place that down here. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So with each of the elements, you can simply drag and drop them where you like on your pages. I'm going to minimize this and navigate down. For example, we have a button here. I can click on the button and move this button anywhere that I like. Now to undo the change you just made, simply navigate up here and click on undo, and you can also redo if you like. What we can also do with each of our pages is add a new section. We can first create a grid layout. For example, I'm going to select this layout here, but you can choose from these different options. Then we want to add elements. To do that, navigate up to the top left-hand corner and click on Quick Add, and we can simply use the Wix Studio drag and drop builder to build out our page sections. I'm going to select title, drag that, place that here, then navigate up to Quick Add again, and add a paragraph. Drag, drop, place that where you want, change the sizing, simply drag out the sides. I'm happy with that, as well as the text. Then I'm going to navigate up here, add a button, and place that down here. As well as one last element, I'm going to add a video. Drag and place that over here. Now with any of these elements we just added, we can simply click on the element and make changes up here, or we can simply expand this editing section on the right hand side and make changes. Okay, so I'm going to click here. I can change the alignment, sizing, the style of the text, for example, the heading type, as well as the font style. And then we have other options down here. Okay, so I'm going to navigate up to edit text and change this, and then navigate down to the paragraph text and change this by pasting in the content that I created earlier with AI. And I can make this text smaller again by dragging out the corners here, or I can navigate over to font size and change this to 16. I'm happy with that. Now if we navigate over here to these two cells here, you can see we have a video element and a button element. I'm going to make this video larger and make sure it's aligned within the cell. I'm happy with that. Let's add a video. I'm going to upload and choose from my computer. Then once your video is uploaded, go ahead and click on update. You can also link a video or use media from the Wix Studio library. I'm going to choose this cover image, or we can upload one, and I'm happy with the rest. Let's click on this button and then move this button up here and change the text to learn more. Then we want to choose where this button links to. Here we can select from these different options. I'm going to choose a page, and then I can choose a website page that I've either created or that was generated with this template. I'm going to select product page, and then I can select the item here. I can always change this later on, and then click on done. I'm going to close this and close this editing section. Now you can also preview and make changes to your website to ensure that this website is responsive across devices. Here we have tablet. If I navigate up here, you can see this website section does not look very responsive on tablet. So what I can do is click here and drag this down, as well as these other elements. I'm going to move this down, and then I'm going to move these elements over here. Make this one slightly bigger, and I'm happy with that. Then we can jump over to mobile and again make changes on mobile to ensure our website is responsive across devices. Okay, let's navigate back over to desktop and navigate down here. Let's navigate over to the left hand side and click on add elements. And like I mentioned earlier, this is where you can add elements to your website pages. If we navigate down further and click on sections, for example, we can also add template sections to our website pages. For example, maybe we want to add a team section. We can click on team and add a professionally designed section template. We also have these other options, for example, text, the different text styles that we can add to our website pages, as well as buttons. Here we can add all sorts of buttons to our website. And we have more options down here. Let's close out of this. If we navigate up to home, we can jump between the different website pages, as well as the Wix review pages and store pages. The store app has automatically been added to this template, meaning that we can add, manage, and sell products on this website. If we click on manage pages, that's going to take us to pages where we can manage specific pages. For example, contact, and here we have the contact page. Again, similar to what I showed you on the home page, you can simply click on the different elements and drag them around, as well as add your own elements. Now, it's important to take the time to customize each page like I've showed you with the home page. Add new pages, customize those pages, and with your template pages, make sure to add your own content as well as sections and elements. Again, let's navigate back over to pages, and if we click on these three dots, we have these quick options. We can jump into the page settings, optimize this page for SEO, rename the page, duplicate, and we have these other options down here. To add a new page, simply navigate down to add new page, and we can add a standard blank page or a dynamic page. Let's add a standard page. I'm going to call this About Us. And as you can see, we have the blank page here that we can start designing. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Let's navigate back over to home. And to customize this header, this menu, on our website, we can simply click here and click on change menu. And you can see the menu over here. We can simply add an item and link that item on our menu, and also make changes up here. For example, I'm going to click here and remove this from the menu, then navigate over to this item here, click on the 3 dots and rename, and call this headphones and earphones. And I'm happy with that. If we navigate over to these 3 dots again, we can also change the link and choose where we want to link this menu item. Select which page. I'm actually happy with category page, and then select the item. I want to select all products because I only sell headphones and earphones, and then click on done. I'm also going to navigate up here, remove this, add one more item, main pages, about us, the page I just created, and click apply. Then we can navigate over to the menu and we can rearrange our menu items. I'm going to move sale up here, and I'm happy with that. Let's close this and let's quickly change this logo. I'm going to add media and upload my logo. And this is the logo I want to use. And then click on add to page. All I need to do is navigate up here and delete these, delete, and if I expand this right hand section, I can see all my cell options. Now what I can do is double click and drag and place the logo where I want in this menu, and then click on apply, and I'm happy with that. Now let's navigate down the left hand sidebar and click on visual sitemap. Here you can view your site map. This gives you a visual idea of the structure of your website. Let's navigate down further and we have site styles. Here you can customize your global site styles in terms of colors, typography, max width of your website pages, and page transitions. This is where you want to take the time to make global changes to your website. Then we have media. This is where you can manage all your media. Then below this, we have global sections. The only global sections that we have are one header and one footer. If we navigate across, you can edit your footer as well as your header here. So again, your header is this section up here, and then if we navigate down the bottom of any page, you can see your footer down here. Okay, let's navigate back across to the left hand side and click on App Market. This is where you can search for apps to install on this website. For example, if we navigate over to Sell Online, you can see we already have Wix stores installed. This is an app that allows us to add, manage, and sell products on this website. You can add apps in relation to shipping and delivery, as well as sell buttons down here. There are apps for everything. Depending on your client's website or business, you can add the relevant apps that they need. You can also monetize further by adding markups and controlling the billing of each aspect of your client's website, allowing your clients to pay for specific apps. And you can access and install both free and paid apps. Now with Wix Studio, you can also build your own apps and monetize these apps to add another revenue stream as part of your agency services. Navigate over to the left hand side, click on My Business. Here you can see what needs to be done for this specific account. We need to add products, because this is an e-commerce store, set up shipping, and connect payment methods. This is for the Wix Stores app, which is a Wix app for selling online. And this was automatically installed when we selected this e-commerce template. So what you want to do is take the time to complete all these settings. When it comes to e-commerce, it's really straightforward to start selling products online. If your clients are after e-commerce services, then the Wix Stores app is a powerful app that you can leverage. Again, it's really straightforward for you and your clients to add and manage products. If we navigate down further, you can also see recommended tools for this specific account. Okay, let's navigate back over to the left-hand side and click on CMS. This is where you can leverage an integrated content management system. This essentially allows you to create and manage content without touching any code. Basically, what you can do is create dynamic content across your sites. And this is done by creating collections. This means you do not need to jump between specific page designs to make edits. Again, simply create a collection, choose to create that collection with AI or start from scratch, or import from a CSV file. If you want to learn more about this powerful CMS tool, I will add relevant resources down below in the description. Let's close out of this and then navigate over to code. If you find you cannot build exactly what you want with the Wix Studio's native builder, you can also create your own code. What I think makes Wix Studio stand out from other website builders is, yes, you can use no code to build simple and complex websites, but you also have complete freedom to leverage code to create essentially anything that you want inside of Wix. Let's close out of this. Now with any of the sections, rows, elements within your website pages, you can click on these and you can add comments. Simply add comments, add attachments, files, and more. This allows for a more seamless workflow when building websites and requiring feedback from your clients. Okay, now let's go ahead and minimize this. And when your client's website is ready to go live, simply navigate up to the top right hand corner and click on Publish. Again, like I mentioned earlier, you can use a free Wix domain if you want to publish your website for free. However, it's important to note that some apps and features will not work on the free plan. You will need to upgrade to access premium tools. With this particular client, we built an e-commerce website. However, the online store feature will not work on a free plan. So I'll have to upgrade this client to a premium plan. Again, you can connect a custom domain and then click on Save and Continue. And that is how you can build and manage client websites as an agency using Wix Studio. And there are many ways that you can monetize your agency with Wix Studio. At the top level, you can sell website and marketing packages, as well as templates and ongoing website management and development services. As an agency, you can also join the Wix Studio Partner Program. You can earn a revenue share on the Wix Studio plans that you sell to clients. Also earn a percentage on the transactions processed through Wix Studio. And like I mentioned earlier, you can build your own website apps and sell them to your clients. You can also sell to your clients Wix marketing solutions, and you can earn a revenue share on those services. So as an agency, there are many ways that you can monetize and generate revenue when building your agency, building your brand via Wix Studio. However, as you can see, it's incredibly easy to build and manage client websites using Wix Studio. For me, there are many reasons why Wix Studio is an ideal platform for agencies that are looking to build and manage client websites. The key things for me is the ease of use in terms of the backend management of your clients, as well as building out your clients' websites. I also love how Wix Studio offers dozens of ways that you can generate revenue through their platform. So if you're looking for a platform or a better platform for growing your agency, then Wix Studio may be the best option for your business. And there we have it for this tutorial. That is how you can build and manage client websites using Wix Studio. Now, if you have any questions about Wix Studio, make sure to pop them down below. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. If you got value, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and that way I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.